Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. Hey, if you're new here or you haven't already, please consider subscribing to help us feed a hungry hippo, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up while you're watching today. Today we're doing a jewelry unboxing. So I bought another 10-pound box of jewelry. If you haven't seen a jewelry unboxing yet or you hadn't heard, I buy all of my jewelry from a store on Etsy called Whistlepig Market. I'm not affiliated with her. However, she has generously created a coupon code for myself and all of my viewers to use. It's HIPPO, HIPPO, all caps. If you put that in at checkout, you'll get 20% off anything you purchase from the Whistlepig Market. She has these mystery boxes in costume wearable jewelry, which is what I always buy. She has silver, gold. Sometimes she has Mardi Gras beads or bangle bracelets. She has different things that come in. And she has various weights. You can get a 1-pound box, a 10-pound box. I'll link her store down below for you guys with the code in case you want to go purchase your own jewelry lot. But let's get into this. This is a 10-pound box. And after my 20% off discount that I get with the code HIPPO, I paid $80 for 10 pounds, and that's shipped. She does do free shipping if you choose ground. If you want your jewelry faster and you want to choose priority, there is a little fee for that. I always just do ground. She's in North Carolina, so she's very close to where we live in Pennsylvania. In fact, I ordered this on Thursday and it arrived Saturday. So she's really fast about actually getting the stuff packed and out the door and shipped. And then depending on how close to her is how fast you're going to get it. But ground is free, and you can get 10 pounds for $80 if you use my code. So let's just jump on in here. This is kind of a tall box, but we'll get in. I'm going to run for about half an hour to 45 minutes. If I'm still not through this box by then, we'll just kind of like go through quickly what's left. That way I'm not keeping you all day. But I do know from the feedback, look how pretty this is, I get from you guys. You like my longer unboxings because you can put me on in the background and take photos or do listings. So, multitask, guys. I'm going to be here for 45 minutes keeping you company. You can be doing your work while you're listening to me and kind of glancing at what I got. That was a wrap bracelet. Really pretty one. If I were the type of person to wear jewelry, I would keep this one. I like the purple. We have a brown, chunky, beaded stretch bracelet here. We have another wrap bracelet. This one is, I believe that's acrylic or resin. I'll figure it out when I list it. That's pretty. We have a cuff bracelet. Another cuff bracelet. So these are very similar, these two. And in this instance, I might lot these together for one price just because they're so similar. Sometimes I'll do that with bangle bracelets or earrings match a necklace. You can do a little lot. This is another little cuff bracelet. Stretch bracelet. I just shipped out 3 bracelets this morning. I'm recording this on Monday, August 12th, just so you know. I'm not sure when it's going to come out this week. I pre-record. Look at this cool bead bracelet. I'm going to try to read it. No, I'm not, because that is not English. How cool. So when I take photos of this and I run it through the listing assistant almost perfectly, it's their AI that uses, it's actually their lister that uses AI and Google Image, like a clever mix of the two to create your listings for you. It'll figure that out for me. I love List Perfectly. I don't even really have to do my own work anymore other than the pictures. I was going to say, I pre-record my videos. I usually sit down and record maybe 4 or 5 in one day and then send them out throughout the week. I like to do batch work even when it comes to my videos, guys. So I am recording this on Monday, August 12th. Should come out sometime this week. But this morning from our weekend sales, I shipped out, this is really pretty, 3 bracelets. Oh, look how pretty this is. I love the purple beads. I just don't wear bracelets, but I can appreciate how pretty jewelry is. We've got a really pretty purple. There's a lot of purple in this box. This is like a multi-strand, seed beaded, elegant, fancy, all those good keywords. Necklace. Oh, this is nice. This is like a charm bracelet with gems and beads, and it's got hearts and different gems. One says love, live, hope, and it's a multi-strand bracelet, so it has the toggle clasp, and it'll look like that once it's on. That's nice. We got a chunky yellow beaded necklace. And then this is neat. This is like a wooden, does this remind anybody of the episode of the Brady Bunch or the episode of Scrubs, if you watch that, where they talk about the episode of Brady Bunch, where they had these totem necklaces and bad things would happen, like they were cursed. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. If anybody knows what the heck I'm talking about, let me know down below. Because as soon as I saw that, I thought of that. Oh, this is nice and pretty. So this is a orange beaded with a pendant, 2 pendants actually. Got a heart and then like a little carved orange oval and nice pretty beads. I absolutely love the jewelry I get from Whistlepig Market. It's always so nice and packed so well. I mean, you saw all of the padding I pulled out of the top of this, right? We had the air bubble, and then she had the paper. And any bubble wrap or paper I get from her, I save and I reuse. And I ship my pieces. And this is something else she does that she packs it so well, but it's not tangled. Like, I'm going to take this out of here. I've heard from a lot of friends that buy the mixed jewelry lots or the mystery jewelry boxes from Goodwill Blue Box, that a lot of time it's really tangled. And actually, in fact, I have one here. I didn't purchase it myself. Longtime viewers may remember towards the beginning of this year, I did a live show by myself. And while I was talking on the live show, I had a box of jewelry that I was working on untangling. And it's not mine. I didn't buy it. My friend Karen, that lives here locally and is a jewelry seller, she's part of my eBay meetup group, had purchased it. And it was so tangled. Like, you would pull out one necklace and like the whole 15-pound box would come with it. It was just too much for her. She doesn't have the patience, and that's okay. Like, I would think that most people don't have the patience for things like that. However, I do. I'm diagnosed OCD, and anxiety and things like that actually work to soothe me, I guess. That's why I like those diamond dot paintings. Anything that's repetitious or just like a task where I'm just doing the same thing and I can sit in front of a movie or true crime. I like stuff like that. This is a multi-strand seed beaded, really nice necklace. So she didn't want to deal with it. She gave me the box. She's like, I know this will be right up your alley. I know you love to sit down and do stuff like this, which, yes. But I haven't really touched that box since that live show. Here's a blue bangle. I will get to it eventually. Oh, this is pretty. The blue chunky beaded stretch bracelet. And there's another one in here that's similar. I don't know if I'll want those. There's a pink one too. But long story long, and you guys know I love to talk and tell stories. This is nice. Rhinestones. The boxes from Goodwill are often tangled. I have a lot of friends that sell jewelry that I go to listing parties with, on the Perfectly listing parties, where we get together and we work and talk and chat and list and learn from each other. Seed beaded necklace. This is nice. This is actually really pretty. I hear all the time that those boxes are just tangled, and that's one thing that does not happen with these. By the way, I'm not affiliated with Whistlepig. You'll get any kickbacks. I don't make any affiliate money. I just really like to purchase jewelry from her, and I like to utilize my 20% discount that she gives me, and that's extended to all of you. And I really like the quality of what I get from her. So I do talk about her. I do promote her. I do encourage you to purchase from her, and I will talk about how fast her shipping is, how great her packaging is, and how it's like not tangled. It's not a junk of mess in here. It's nice jewelry that I can just take out, wipe down with a cloth, make sure it's clean, and get my pictures and get them listed. I mean, this is like order and go, right? So, yes, I'm not affiliated. This is a nice seashell. You know, for things like this, I do like to use keywords like beachcore or surfer. But yeah, not affiliated with her. I just really, really, really like ordering from her. I like what I get, and I love to support other sellers when I can. I would rather support her and talk about how great her stuff is that I get and share the code that she was so generous to give all of us with you guys than to support Goodwill. No offense to Goodwill. I mean, they have their place too. I do order from them and like to support them as well. But when I have my choice between supporting a fellow reseller, just a small business like my own, just a woman trying to make a living, I would rather support her. That's nice. Pretty red stacked layered bracelet. We have a whole slew of stuff coming out. You see how I pulled and it was like this and it looks like it's going to be tangled like the Goodwill boxes? It's going to come right apart. It's not to say that occasionally I don't get a tangle, because it's going to happen. It's jewelry that's in a box together, but it's not hard to get apart. This is a Christmas jingle bell bracelet. I'll probably use keywords like that. I want to get this one up sooner rather than later. Before you know it, it's going to be Q4 and holiday season. Beaded orange bracelet. But you see, this is just nicely coming out. That tangled box I got from my friend Karen, I sat on a live show for an hour, and I think I worked 2 necklaces out of the clump. Got a lot of necklaces in here. So if you want to know about my process, what I do, I work batch work. So you know, one day I'm sitting here filming all day, and one day I'll sit and build listings all day, and I will sit and do photos all one day. There's 5 days that I work, so listing and photos usually gets 2 days apiece, and filming gets 1. When I do my photos of jewelry, I do jeans a little bit differently, but my process with jewelry is to, this one is a little bit tangled. I'll have to work on it. I got to take the pictures. This is all one piece, so I think once I undo the lobster clasp, I'll get her done. But I sit down, and what I do is I have a cloth with like a non-abrasive just cleaner on it. Sometimes even just a damp cloth with like maybe a drop of Dawn, just so it's not fuzzy. And then I have my jewelry cleaner. I have a Sonic jewelry cleaner. I'll link that down below for you too. It's really inexpensive, and I really, really like it. And it helps clean all my jewelry. I clean my own personal eyeglasses in it too. But stuff like this, you're not going to run through your Sonic jewelry cleaner. That's going to be for like simple chains, simple earrings, anything with big plastic pieces or painted pieces or handcrafted glass. I don't want to put through that just in case. So I just get like a microfiber cloth, and I dampen it with like a little bit of water and maybe a drop of Dawn. This is really nice. And I take the pieces out of the box, and I wipe them down. Or I put them in the basket for the Sonic cleaner, and I actually let that get full. And sometimes it takes me 2 boxes to get my basket full, and sometimes it takes me 1. But whenever that basket's full, I'll run it to the Sonic cleaner, lay the jewelry out on a microfiber cloth overnight, and then photograph it the next time I photograph, but I let it air dry. But the big pieces like this, I just wipe off. And as I wipe it off, I sort it into piles because, again, batch work. So necklaces, rings, bracelets, you know. And then I just start taking my pictures. I do take them on my phone into List Perfectly. And actually necklaces, I put on a, believe it or not, a comic board, a white back of a comic, and just spread it out. And then the List Perfectly background remover takes care of the rest for me. So I take my pictures right there. I run them through the listing assistant. And then when I go to my computer, my List Perfectly catalog, about 98% of my listing is already done for me. I just have to remove the backgrounds, which I can do in bulk, and then add the prices, which I don't comp jewelry. I have a price list, just like my jeans one. If you ever bought my jeans guide, and I have my price of jeans that I start each brand at, I have kind of a similar pricing guide for jewelry, and we just go from there. So my process is really streamlined. It allows me to be super productive and fast. We are scheduled 3 weeks out on eBay because that's as far as they let you go, where we'd be scheduled out further. But we have 10 to 15 listings scheduled every day for the next 3 weeks. And so each morning I can just do one more day, keep up and keep it 3 weeks out. And then on my listing days, when I'm building listings, I'm just building them and getting them ready, and they sit in my List Perfectly catalog until they need to be pushed out. You know, I don't work on the weekends, so come Monday morning, I'm got 3 days I have to push out, but it just allows us to stay ahead, to be productive, and to always be prepared for life, because you guys never know when life's going to happen. Things happen all the time. Your car could break down. Someone in your family could get sick. You could get sick. You could just be having a rough day. I suffer from chronic migraines, and I have a disability in my back. So there's days where I have to keep taking breaks and maybe resting my back or laying on my heating pad or just dealing with my migraines. And it's okay. Like if we have to take a day off, or even if we want to, you know, last 2 weeks ago, we played hooky to go see Deadpool and Wolverine because we don't like crowds. So we just went on a random Tuesday to a matinee. Theater was empty. We got the discounted price. It was great. We can do things like that, and then we can deal with things life throws at us because we know we're scheduled. And so if we can't list a day or make a day of work, we're okay. We still have activity on our store. It didn't happen overnight. It did not happen overnight. Look at this nice, I would call that a beaded chain necklace. We'll see what the listing assistant tells me it is. But it didn't happen overnight. I mean, basically what you got to do is if you take 10 pictures, you know, you got to learn how to batch work, first of all. It has macrame. This has macrame and seed beads. How cute is that? That definitely needs keywords like boho and stuff. That is so cute. Really cute. Okay. Anyway, you need to learn how to batch work, because if you're doing all photos, you want to do all photos of all jeans or all plush, all jewelry, but batch work will definitely increase your speed. It'll increase your productivity, and it'll allow you to get more done in less time. You don't want to like take a photo of something and then the measurements of that item and then list that item. You want to measure 10, 20 pairs of jeans at a time in a pile and then photograph them all and then list them all. You know what I'm saying? And you want to do all like items too, because that'll speed you up too. So once you get yourself in the habit of batch work, you want to get into routines. Today I list. I mean, here's the thing though. I batch work by day, but that's because I have OCD and type A personality, and I am able to hyper focus for hours at a time and do the same thing. I can sit for an 8-hour workday, minus, you know, shipping in the morning. The rest of the day, I can sit and do photos or listing or all one activity. This is really neat. Look at all these different beads. That's not for everybody. That is really pretty. But maybe you need to do 2 hours of listing, 2 hours of photos. Like however you need to work with your focal ability, whatever you can focus on, figure it out. And so if you do normally 10 pictures in a session, start doing 12. If you normally list 5 items a day, start making 7 and saving 2. And then you can start scheduling them out. So just increase what you're doing by 1 or 2 a day. Every week, add 1 or 2 more to each day. And before you know it, you'll have extra photos and you'll have extra listings built. And then you can start scheduling them out and getting ahead of yourself. I think it's so super important to have those banks. A bank of extra items photographed. A bank of extra items that are ready to go, that are already built listings. And if you can swing it, you should be scheduled out on eBay ahead of time as your bank of active listings that are going to come active, even if you're not around. Even if something happens and you can't work, you're active on eBay. I think that's so super important. From experience, I can tell you we've learned our lesson many times. When life happened and we were caught up a couple days, unable to work, whether it was something to do with his grandfather's health. Last year, we were dealing a lot with getting a new car. I was in the hospital with Lyme's disease last year. Some of you may remember that. And we can definitely feel it when we're not active every day on eBay. You know, they say an active store is a happy store, and that is so true. I'm going to hide my face. Trying to get there again. Just pull some out and look at it with you, and then we'll tomorrow. Oh, this is neat. These are like little. I'm gonna ASMR the. Can you hear the sound? ASMR. They sound neat. I don't know if you can hear it. That's pretty. We got an orange bangle bracelet. We got a blue stretchy, chunky gemstone bracelet. You know how on camera a lot of times, I'll tell you guys a story and a joke. You have to do this to really show it. You put your hand behind it. It holds it up to the camera. It blocks out the background. It helps the camera to focus on the item. And it helps the lighting. Right? You can see it better like that. So I guess I do enough unboxings and I've been doing YouTube long enough. Look at this black and red. That is pretty. That would be like a nice, if you had like a nice vampire costume for Halloween, like those Victorian like dresses, you guys know what I'm talking about? Little vampire costumes, that would be nice. Where my brain goes. This is pretty too. So yeah, I'm so used to doing that. The one day I'm in here taking pictures of all my jewelry and stuff, and I found some really cute bracelets with like animals on them, and I wanted to show them to Keith. So he's standing in the doorway and he's talking to me. Look at this. I stuck my hand up, and he said, I'm right here in person. You don't have to put your hand behind it to show me. And I'm like, yeah, I guess it's habit. And now whenever I show people things in real life, it's like, hey, look at this. Because I'm so used to it. This is cute. Charm. I can't read it. That's what your camera's for, right? Maybe you guys can read it. I also don't have my glasses on. I'm kind of blind right now, but that's okay. I can see what I'm doing enough to do this. We've got a couple of cuff bracelets here, and they're stuck on stuff. We got one with a bow and like a faux pearl, and one with some astrological charms. I guess it helps if I hold it up to the camera and not down here. Hey guys, look at this. Do you see it? It's got a really pretty purple thing on it too. All right. Blue necklace with beads. That's descriptive. That will sell it, won't it? So this is like a wrap leather bracelet with some charms and a cross. With things like this, I like to use keywords like spiritual, inspirational. eBay has a drop down on their item specifics. This is really pretty. That's alabaster, by the way. When you're listing jewelry, and you can pick as many themes as you want. The trick is when you go to list on eBay, sometimes at the top, it tries to help you be more speedy with that rectangle box where you can check off your item specifics up there that their AI is basing off of your title. If you pick a theme there, when you go down to the item specifics and pick the drop down on the theme, that one that you picked up at the top is going to show, and it's not going to suggest anymore. And if you wanted any more, you would have to start typing them in to pick them. So I don't pick the one at the top. I just let it go. So when I go down to the item specifics, when I click on theme, it'll suggest several, and I just choose them all. Like this, it might choose ethnic, boho, beauty, art, and I would just select them all. You can pick as many themes as you want, and the more you have, the better off you are. So this is a really cool, like, cluster faux pearl ring. I mean, I don't know that I could function with something like that on my hand, but other people like stuff like that. This is neat. Here, this is like Egyptian, and it's different. The pendant has different carvings on each side. So I'll be interested to see what the AI comes up with for that. We have another seashell boho beach core surfer necklace, a simple bead bracelet. Another, these seashell ones, these shell ones or whatever, the beach core, I actually sell those the fastest out of everything. I'm not into jewelry myself, and I don't really do fashion. I'm a reseller who sells clothes and jewelry and wears pajamas all day long and lives in graphic t-shirts and jeans when I'm outside of the house. And I've never worn jewelry a day in my life, and I don't know the first thing about fashion. Somehow I make a living at this. Oh my gosh. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life, other than my hamster. But look, it's like a ceramic pendant panda bear mask pendant on a rope. This rope is really like yarn. See, in an instant like this, I don't know if I want to cut this yarn off and then just kind of let the panda bear sell on his own as a pendant and people can do what they want. I don't know. I'll think about it. This is kind of cool. It's like a dream catcher with some feathers and turquoise beads. It's distributed by Walmart. What I do with stuff like this, I will probably, honestly, the security devices on the back too of the price right here, I might cut this off and just sell it for whatever I want to sell it for, which will probably be about $20. So like 15 plus 5 shipping. That works. This is pretty. It's like copper and turquoise metals, stretchy bracelet. We have a snap cuff bracelet. This is, oh, that's really pretty. Look at this purple, chunky, braided, seed beaded bracelet. Lots of stuff in here that if I were to wear jewelry, I would actually wear. Oh, and this is something I also really like about ordering from Whistlepig. Your earrings are going to come in bags and your pendants. So when you get earrings in your lot from her, they're going to be in these little bags. And that way they don't get lost in the box and you can find their mates so they're not divorced. And I also save these to the last. So like I said, I sort through these and I do all my necklaces and then I do all my rings and I do all my bracelets. I can set my bags like this aside and just do those last. And I know I'm working on earrings last. So I also have pendants that are free of chains or necklaces. They're just pendants. They'll be in a bag too. And I like selling pendants. I do really well with them. You can sell your pendants if they're unique enough and really cool and you use great keywords. You can list pendants at the same price you would list a whole necklace and sometimes even more. Because if the pendant is super cool, like you can charge $20, $25 for it and you know it's up to them to add their chain. And a lot of women who wear jewelry, from what I understand, like to buy just pendants and then add their own chains. But so I usually do my earrings and pendants last. Just set these bags aside and work on those last. We've got a lot of bracelets in this one. And I have to say that while I like necklaces and they are a bestseller, and I do, start my listing prices on necklaces, the highest of any jewelry. So my necklaces, I charge the most for, other than bracelets and rings are a little bit less than earrings. And they sell really well. I like necklaces. However, the fastest and easiest to photograph is everything else. Everything else. Because the necklaces I pin on that card so that it looks like it's, spread out and not just like a long. Do I have a necklace in here to show you to demonstrate? I don't. I think these are all bracelets in this pile that we're looking at here. Here's a necklace. So when I first started doing jewelry and I didn't know what the heck I was doing flat lays. And so all my pictures just look like this, right? With the background removed, so white and long. Now they look more like this, which is more appealing. a buyer sees a long line like this, okay, that might, attract them. It's a necklace. It's pretty. But when they see it spread out like the way it's going to look on when they wear it, that looks better. However, I did not want to purchase a separate mannequin or like that head neck thingy for jewelry. So I got creative and figured out how to do it on a card. I call it a card. It's a comic book board. So I still want to keep boards from his comics. And I took the clips off of my steamer. The steamer that I use has a hanger that has these little clips. I took those. So I just clip it like this so it's spread out nice. And the background removes it. But it's not hard. I say necklaces take the most time and they're the hardest, but it's still not hard. I wouldn't even call it tedious. You're just wiping it down, making sure it's clean, putting it on the card, and getting your pictures. But each necklace has to be opened, put there, taken off. So it's a little bit of, I guess, extra steps. Bracelets, you're just slapping down and you're getting your close-up shots and your nice pictures of them. The same with rings. You're just getting your, I go into my, the close-up, what is it called? I want to say 0.5, but no, that's the far away. When you go into the 0.5 mode on your camera, that's how I do my full-length jeans. So that I can get the whole aerial view of the jeans full length on this white table that I use for my jeans pictures. I have an Android, but I use that. So it's the 3. We've got a bracelet here. So we're getting close to where I want to cut off, and I have got some stuff left here. So just go through it real quick. I mean, you can see I still got a whole bundle of stuff I haven't really shown you, but I don't want to keep you too long. This is, oh my gosh, that's heavy. So this is like a bib bracelet. It's kind of got cool beads on it and stuff. That's going to be heavy for jewelry. Got a little bracelet. There are lots of bracelets this time, which I absolutely love. We have a random divorced earring in here that's not in a bag. I hope I find the other one because look how cute that is. That's a pineapple. I'm sure it's in here. I still got some stuff back there in the box as well to go through. But you can get the gist of what I get in these boxes. And the best part about doing these jewelry unboxings with you, or what I like to do, when I do my thread ups with my jeans or my clothing hauls, I'm showing you the stuff and we're talking about it. Jewelry, you can kind of just show and talk and hold the conversation at the same time. So when I do these jewelry unboxings, it's kind of like having a pep talk with you guys, like just sitting around and having a conversation and, talking about batch work and how to be more productive and how to streamline your processes so that you can get more done every day. And I like that. I like doing these jewelry unboxings because I can do like little motivational, I can do motivational chats with you guys and we can just talk and I can tell you how I work so that maybe you can take something away from it that will help you be more productive and get more done. So I've got another card of earrings and I already found the one that's missing off of the card. So these are Claire's. Hashtag TBT for Throwback Thursday. Hashtag MCM. That's something with Monday, right? Help me out. Help out this old Gen Xer. FBF. Facebook Friday? I don't know. Taco Tuesday, WCW Wednesday, something. And Selfie Sunday. I'll show you up close. If you know what any of those terms mean that my old self does not, feel free to let me know in the comments because I want to know so I can listen properly. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up with one last really pretty, nice seashell chunky gem necklace. And I got to show you this alabaster too. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything you saw in this video or reselling, jewelry or anything in general, let me know down below. I do answer everybody. And don't forget to join our Facebook group, Flippin' Hippos Reseller Pod. I'll put everything you need to order this in your code from the Whistlepig Market on Etsy down below. And go be productive, guys. Go make some money. Until next time. And thank you so much for watching. Y'all are the best. Bye.